Hi, I'm Angela and this is Parisienne Farmgirl. Welcome to my channel. Clearly, I have a new office and that is what today's episode of Everyday Château is about. I'm so excited to share this new space with you, and I'm also excited to introduce you to a new company that we're partnering with as a family. This company is called FamiSafe. Now I know we're all on quarantine, so many of us are home, and sadly that means our kids are spending more time in front of the screen than they normally do. We're using FamiSafe on our children's phones. It allows us to have a web browser history. If a suspicious text message or photograph comes through, we'll get a notification. Thankfully, that hasn't happened yet. And they have new features like the YouTube app monitor, so we can see what they're checking out on YouTube, because not everything is as quality as Parisienne Farmgirl, and we can see how much time they're spending on their phone. I think this is something that your family will enjoy and find benefit from, just like we have. In fact, you can check out the video description and follow the link to try your free 3-day trial. And when you use this code right here, you will get 20% off as a Parisienne Farmgirl watcher. Joel and I are feeling really good about using this app, helping set guidelines for our children. We're doing our part to protect them, not only from all the craziness that's going on out in the world, but what can come into the home via a screen, and I think you'll find it very valuable too. Now, of course, you should follow me over on Instagram, because that's where you and I can hang out every day. Give this video a thumbs up because that means so much to me. I love your comments, I love your feedback. And now let's go check out my new space.
Enchanté.
Hello, lovelies. I'm Angela, and this is Parisienne Farmgirl. I don't usually film with my iPhone, but I gotta tell you, let me set my wine glass down. Because I, like you, am feeling a little bit stir crazy, and I've got to do something creative. I'm gonna lose it. If I can't go thrifting, if I can't go antiquing, then I'm gonna go thrifting and antiquing in my own home, and I am going to create for myself a new office. This is connected to my bedroom. My daughters were in this room, but we've got their upstairs bedrooms, their brand new bedrooms, almost finished. And we've decided this is going to be my new space because it's a little bit more closed off than anything in the house. As you can hear, it's a loud house. It'll be perfect for Friday night lives on YouTube and for my podcast, and just so I can work and actually close a door. And then in the future, when all this nonsense is over and we all have permission to spend money again, that is going to be my new master bath. And we will take down the wall on an angle, so you'll be able to see right into the bathroom. In fact, why don't I show you, because it's an amazing space. Okay, so this is the attic. That's going to be my new bathroom. We're gonna keep the rafters so I can see them. This is where that dreamy blue window is going to go that I found last year, and that's where my clawfoot tub is going. And then it's wired for 2 sconces. That's where the sink is going to go that everyone thinks looks like a urinal. Where is it? It's over here. In actuality, it's a legit French sink. Knee wall for privacy, toilet, dryer, washer. Boom, right off of my new office. Those louver doors are gonna go bye-bye. And let's see, ooh, look at these. Now, these might have to come into the new office, right? I think so. All right, it's time to go shopping in my own house. First, I think I'm going to run a brush through my hair, put a little makeup on, try to stay as human feeling as possible, right? Just because we're all locked at home doesn't mean we shouldn't take care of ourselves. And then I'm going to do some serious designing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exact. Just like my brothers too, so I know that's what I feel bad.
When Joel paints, he's always got his earbuds in and he's listening to George Strait or talking to his buddies. The color is Balboa Mist, and it's by Benjamin Moore, and it's sort of the chic, stylish, very soft big sister of Revere Pewter, which is the color in my kitchen. Now the plan in this space is to get rid of those louver doors and put French doors there exactly across from where you can see those French doors in the opening. So that opening goes to my bedroom, then those new French doors will go into my closet, and then over on the right we'll take out that wall and that will go into the bathroom. It's going to be like Mom and Dad's apartment. My office was in my greenhouse, and with all the construction we've been doing, my office was filthy. So this table is dirty, but I love it. We got it at a garage sale about 4 years ago for $25. It's pine, nice and big. It gives me plenty of space to do my projects, and now we just have to get it up the stairs. Hold on.
I am holding. Drop this in, okay? Alright, keep going. I'll try to turn this around. Okay. There you go.
This desk is perfect for me, and the rustic aspect of the pine I think really helps balance out the crystals and the statues and some of the other features that I'll be bringing in. The rug came with the house. We found it in the basement. Ironically, it matches my whole color palette. And look, there's a little pink glitter stick-on earring. Okay, I've put on some makeup. I've put on an outfit. I've put on my favorite shoes. You might be watching this 2 years from now, and this might be totally irrelevant. But while we're filming, we're all in quarantine. And so, ladies, friends, don't do the whole quarantine in your yoga pants. Take care of yourself, feel great, do some fun projects around the house. I have this new office space. I can't go shopping, so I'm going to go around. I'm going to start in my bedroom. I'm going to steal things from around the house to create this new space. We're all here. It's very loud. It's a little chaotic, but I'm going to try to have as much fun as possible designing my new office. Now I remembered there was a big mirror in the basement. This used to be in the living room when we first toured the house. It's way too Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it to match the color of the wall and use it to create some serious visual space. I also remembered that I had a couple little gold shelves down buried in the mess, and I'm going to see if they work as well. So I have this rule about mirrors, you never throw them away. So even though I found this mirror so ugly when we bought the house, it's a big beveled mirror and you just never know when you're going to need one. I'm so glad I stashed it away in the basement. The living room is a mess because we're doing projects in there, so I am going to steal some pieces that aren't really being used, like this trumeau and my favorite Hungarian oil painting. This was a gift from my mother. It's all the colors of my home. It is by far one of my most favorite treasures. Now, right before all of this went down, I went into town and bought houseplants because that is something I love to do when winter is fading, but spring isn't quite here yet, and I'm feeling a little bit desperate. So I found these beautiful palms at Costco, and this amazing. The terracotta pot is Italian. It was my great-grandmother's, and I have 2 of them. So I'm going to take one into my new office space. I also scored some slightly damaged orchids. Orchids can be really pricey. These had some broken leaves and some sad petals, and they were discounted by about 80%. So I snatched those up. They're in my bedroom, but I'm going to put them into my new office to bring some life into this space. I love this palm. I'm going to use it sort of as a distraction in my office from some ugly doors and leave this one here. So I've got 2, so I'll leave one in the bedroom, put one in my office. It's an air filter palm, which is a bonus, but I think it really adds to that Parisian look. While the rest of the house is a little bit more French country, the bedroom definitely has a loft type feeling. It's on a 2nd-story greenhouse. There are a ton of windows. There's beams, a cathedral ceiling. So I think it's the perfect plant for this space. For now, I'm going to use palms and a little collapsible table to sort of distract from the ugliness that's going on back there. Eventually that wall behind me will come out. The light is just temporary while I was working because it was actually a pretty dark, cloudy day. But I do like to use props to sort of create a wall, especially if you need to distract from an area that's not quite the way you like it, like those busted up louver doors. My statue collection is something that I find so beautiful. I could have hundreds of them and never tire, whether they're porcelain or alabaster. They're so exquisite to me. One of my biggest regrets is that when I was in Paris, I did not buy a miniature version of the Kiss. Someday I need to own one, and I'm going to put it right there in that space where those books are. This is just a giant piece of fabric. You've probably seen it in every room of my house. It's very special to me. It's so beautiful. It's tattered. I love the color. Now, what I really want for this window is a $300 set of drapes that I found on Etsy from a French chateau. Obviously, that's not happening. So this curtain is actually the first curtain I ever sewed, probably 20 years ago. I had 4 of them. I have 1 left that has survived, so just got a tension rod from the hardware store and some nails and some scrap fabric, some old curtains, and I'm just going to rig up some textiles here. And I'll just have to continue to dream of my chateau curtain from Etsy. Don't let curtains intimidate you. Just get some fabric and some nails and start tying knots until you get the look that you want. So I decided to move some statues, bring in an old book that will pull out the color in the oil painting that's right next door, and some dried hydrangeas. So all of these colors pick up what's happening in the painting over on the right. It adds a little bit more interest to the wall. And a very, very old handmade bonnet, which my girls used to wear, and a few more dried hydrangeas on the second shelf will finish it off. Joel is working on the bedroom. We're doing a very dark teal in the bedroom because there's so much light. The space can totally handle it. And then the rug that I brought in will bring that color into the office as well. So you'll have the dark teal rug on the office floor and the dark teal on the bedroom walls. These are an old card game, and I would say the same thing about your wall hangings as I would about your window dressings. Don't be afraid to get creative. You don't have to have the perfect frame. Grab some office clips. Hang the things that you love. This is the finished product. I went shopping in my own home. I cleaned off dusty mirrors from the basement and old shelves that hadn't been used in eons. A recycled rug that we found in the basement when we bought the house. Moved the desk upstairs. Some discount orchids that were going to end up in the dump. And the only money we spent is on the paint. I couldn't be happier with this new space. I am resigned to take this extra time we've been given and do with it and use it to the best of my abilities. And this is my creative quarantine. So this is it. I'm loving it. I get to do my podcast here. I get to do my doTERRA work here. I get to do all my YouTube editing and of course our fun Friday night YouTube lives. Instagram, be sure you're following me over there. I do appreciate you. I hope your family is staying uplifted and healthy and safe. A bientôt. Hi, I'm Parisienne Farm.
Angela.